So this kind of painting, like when you're outside, is really, really so refreshing. It's different than when you're painting indoors. It's so much different. So you're exposed to the beautiful sounds around you, the birds chirping, the squirrels frolicking in front of you, the the wonderful sunlight beaming down around you in different, casting beautiful shadows of trees and foliage. And it's just such a beautiful environment. It's just, but then you have to know, you can't help but recognize, like I am in shade. If I was exposed to the sun, it would be pretty uncomfortable, even though it's 12 noon. It's 70 degrees. Last I checked. This is plein air painting, sort of. It's 70 degrees. And we're in North Carolina, Roanoke Island. And it's just so refreshing. It really is. It's just, you hear the sound of the water from the fountain. I mean, you couldn't ask for a more peaceful setting. But it could be uncomfortable too. Like, I've been drinking my electrolytes from Ulta in my Roanoke container. They give you these. So now it's like you have to go to the bathroom, the ladies' room, I was going to say. So that means you're going to have to, stop painting. Nobody's with you other than you and your dog. And you're going to have to stop painting and run inside with the dog and then come back and get situated again, which is not fun, because there's no bath. You're not home, so you could leave everything out. No one's really around right now. Could probably risk, just running back to the room and then coming back. But it's not always like that. So anyway, this was what I'm working on. So I'm just trying to get the colors down with this. And then later on I'm going to go in with my pencils and fine-tune all the detail, if I want detail. Excuse me. So, but getting back to just being around the elements, it's lovely. It's the smell of spring is engulfing, every sense that I have, all my senses. And so needed, because it's been such a cold winter up north. It has been just so cold. So that's what's going on today. So you can consider this somewhat plein air painting because it's outside, and but what's different is like I said, I'm in a cabana type or a shack, and I don't have an easel in front of me. I'm on a little coffee table and just relaxing. So I've been using this mineral paper. I better not move it. It's wet. It's still drying. I have to go in with a few more colors to embellish this. Put these over here so maybe you could see something. Pretty big. They have these pretty little shells out here that I guess they found from the beach. This isn't really a beach, I would say, Outer Banks, with a lot of shells. I think the current is just so strong here. Alright, so what am I doing? I want to go back in and add a little more green. And basically what I've been doing is just dipping my Neo Pastels in the water. I usually use a lot of Poland Spring bottles or Fiji bottles just to kind of get them a little wet so I can draw, paint, and do whatever else I need to do. So this, I'm not using this palette either. And basically just indicating the colors and where they go. And then what I'll do is I'll just stand this up because the tip is wet, and I'll let it just dry like that before I put them together, because otherwise if I put them together now, they're going to get all runny. A lot of green back here. So this is that mineral paper, and it's okay. I mean, it's just really, it's really not, I don't let it dry over there because I have, it's really not, it's not watercolor paper. I'm using it like watercolor paper, but it's not like watercolor paper. It's calcium oxide. I don't know how they make it or manufacture it. They're pressing it. So I had more neo colors. Look at that. See, they get kind of really dirty if you don't clean them up. If you let them dry wet and they dry together. So I'm going to switch back to regular cotton paper right now. You hear the wind is picking up. They said it was going to pick up. That's another painting I still have to finish. Montauk. The Montauk Lighthouse. We were out in Montauk. I was planning on painting that day. So this is a really good paper. Oh my God, this is wonderful paper. This is cotton, 100% cotton. I'm looking for how hot it is. Because I don't remember. Well, it is, it's the hot press is soft. It's very, very smooth. And I'm going to go in, and I want to hone in right in on these, in the fountain. This was Andy Griffith's fountain on his property, going back like when he was real young. Had to be like more than 50 years ago. And evidently when he sold his property, maybe he redid some areas on his land. I don't remember when they transported this particular fountain here. It may have been when recent, after he passed. I'm not sure, I forget. There is a history on it, and I'll probably have to find out what that was again. I remember when I was here last time, they had told me some details about it. But I want to hone in this particular one. These are like ducks. So I want to hone in on the ducks and just capture them. And I'm going to go this way with the paper, because when I was doing the landscape, I laid it out this way. A very quick 1-2. All right, so now I'm going to go in, and I'm going to use some brushes. I used my fingers with that. It's not great. O'Keeffe was very known for using her fingers when she first wanted to, like, especially experience the texture of the paint. And I like that idea. I think that's pretty cool to touch the paint. Back then, it was probably more toxic than it is today. I definitely think. I had some brushes. This is a brush that I love using. It's not a great tipped brush. It's not bad, actually. It's got, you could fill this with water. So you don't have to keep dipping. I'll see if I can fill it. I might have to take it off. Are you supposed to squeeze it? Yeah. I'm going to have to take it off and pour it in. See, this little thing, cap comes out. And of course, I'm tempted to use my teeth. Let's see. Actually, you just keep squeezing and it goes in, which is good. I like that. That's easy. That's quick. See, you've got some already. A little bit more. Hold it this way and down. Even a little bit more. You don't need to fill it all the way up. But that's good. That's a good amount in there. It's like up to here. To play with. When I used to teach, people would say, "Oh, you're not teaching. You're not working. You're playing. You're playing." It's insulting when someone says that. Don't you think? All right, so I'm going to turn it this way. Let me move this. It's drying. And hone in on those ducks because they are just so pretty. The sun was hitting them earlier, but it has thus moved. I'm just going to go in and just kind of like wet the paper, let it absorb a little bit, and I want to see my water. Okay, so I got one duck there, one duck here with its bottom. Just go quickly with the shapes. We're just wetting the paper to get some moisture in there. One duck here. And there are 5 ducks in this. Someone's coming into the area and my dog is barking. One duck here. So you can see slightly. I could see it slightly. I don't know if you're going to be able to read it. And then I have the body of one here. All right, so those are my ducks. Let me go in and get those in first. Thank you, Olive. Thank you for alerting me. I'm actually going to go with a gray. I have a soft gray, thank goodness. It's always great to have the color, neon colors. Or, I have to make one. So these kind of get wet pretty quick. And I just love working with them. I do. Illustrate these and their faces. Oh, I love them. I love them. I really do. Okay, baby. Thank you. Thank you, Olive. I'm getting a call. Hey, babe, I'm painting and I'm also recording at the same time. How you doing?
Okay.
The wind is starting to pick up.
Yeah, I know.
So maybe we should get, how long you're not far away. I'm in the back, I'm doing the ducks.
Yeah, like 15 minutes.
So when are you coming back? Around 1?
Yeah, I'll be back in like 15 minutes. So sweet.
Okie dokie. I'll see you then.
Okay.
Oh, well, take your time. I'm painting. Okay. So I got the shape that I really, really wanted. I really captured them at the fountain. I'm just going in right now. Got one more that I gotta. Okay, let me just see if I could show you. It's really not easy for me to stand it because it's pooling, and I want it to dry while it's pooling. Maybe I'll take a picture later when I'm ending. All right, so I got that. Now I want to go back in. Now let it soak. Let the pigment mesh and get into the paper and bond. That's basically what I'm looking for. I get so excited. Okay, so now because I love the way the birds look. They just look like they're really, I don't know. I guess they would be either something's feeding them. It looks like something's feeding the birds, the ducks. So and you know how they extend their heads. So that's what they're doing. I'll try and put a photo somewhere in here later. So now I'm going to go into the base that they're sitting on and that they've erected their necks upon so I can put that in. And that's a completely different color. It's like a rust. So I was using this wonderful color. These are wax pastels, by the way, the Neo colors. They're so water soluble. This is like a saffron. I was using a saffron, and that's really a pretty color for rust. So that's what we're going to use, and we're going to mix it with a little bit. What's this one's an old one. Oh, the purple. Let's see. Almost like an amber. It's had a dog named Amber. Yeah, see, that's like really the color that I want. Maybe with a yellow ochre, which I don't know if I have, so I'm going to use. Got a little bit of blue in there. See, what's bad is when that just cooled me down way too much. All right, let's wash her out. That's why I have to wash them every now and then. I hate washing my brushes as it is. I'm going to have to wash my paints. Yeah, too blue. The blue just kind of cooled it right down, which I did not want. I have with me a wipe. And I'm going to actually use a portion of the wipe. They're alcohol wipes. They're like sanitizing wipes, and it just helps me clean the pastel off a bit, which is really good. And just to get that blue out. I think I spend as much time caring for my supplies as I do painting. Alright, so we just got some blue. We got the color out, so it's a little more pure. There's nothing in there that's... So earlier when the sun was on that pedestal, you could definitely see the color of rust. And now it's just the sun is gone, it's not shining on it, and it just completely looks, different, totally different. All right, so we got this color, a little bit of saffron, clean that off a little bit. And I need like a red, because it's got like a little bit of ochre. I don't think I even have ochre. Yellow ochre. Yellow ochre. Yeah, make the color. Yellow and like an orange. A little bit of orange. Saffron. And black. Or purple. Let's do purple. As opposed to black. It's always nice. You always get a nicer color when you don't use black. Just a drop. Just a drop. A little bit of orange. I'm going to stand them up so that this way yeah, that's what I want. That's the color I want. And yellow. Back in with a little more water on that. I actually like painting from a bottle better because if it were to tip over, I could control it. All right, so I got some color on my brush, and I'm just going to go in and put these guys on a pedestal. It's kind of like flat. I didn't wet the paper first. So I'm going to go back in. With the Neo Pastel, the crayon. And gently indicate where everything is. Still have some of that soft color I'm able to work with. Using that saffron. Love that name. Love the word. Love saffron. Alright, now I think I'm going to probably stop it there and let it dry. And finish it yeah, I can't hold it too long because it's going to drip. And finish it with detail later. A little more paint, a little pencil, perhaps like, a marker, a fine tip marker. We'll see. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for staying with me. If you stayed this far, I hope you like and subscribe. Have a great rest of the afternoon.